Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is exhaustion. So I was having a conversation with somebody about a person that they really care about and how they've just been coming home exhausted at the end of every single day. They don't have a lot of energy, they don't have a lot of motivation. They just pretty much want to hang out on the couch and watch TV and then go to bed. And I was commenting that in my experience, that kind of exhaustion means there's something going on. And I know this because this has been my personal experience. I know what it's like to basically get up feeling exhausted, to drag my butt downstairs to make a cup of coffee, to drag my butt to the car, to get to work, to drag myself through the day, to finish the day and barely be able to get myself back into the car, to drive home, to eat some food, and then to crash on the couch for a few hours watching TV or Netflix, and then basically going and crashing at night only to get up the next morning exhausted again. I know what it's like to have plans that I want to have and to sort of start the day with all these goals and find myself at the end of the day maybe having one thing ticked off the list, or maybe not even that, because all I could do was load the dishwasher or make one phone call or you know go out and run one errand, and that was it. I'd blown it. I had used up all the energy I had. All my spoons were out of my drawer. And because of that, as I was talking with this friend, I was really feeling if there's one message that I really want this other person to have, it's that feeling that exhausted is not right. There's something going on. And it's really important that if we want to feel better, that we don't take no for an answer. Because in this day and age, number one, I just think a lot of people just assume that that kind of fatigue is kind of the new normal, and we just kind of accept it for what it is. And we don't question it. We just kind of imagine, okay, I'm getting older, or okay, I'm eating a crappy diet, or which is not such a great idea, but that's a whole other thing. Or okay, I'm overworking myself, therefore this is just how it is. But what I can tell you from my personal experience is that I've been exhausted, and I've also had experiences where I'm not exhausted. And what I came to discover for myself was that while there's almost always some emotional component, some aspect of things that are going on in the past that are affecting my health and my body and my life in the present, that there also has been physical things that I needed to attend to and address in order to feel better. And the first step for me was in basically not accepting that exhaustion was my new baseline, that exhaustion was my new normal, but to be willing to say, you know what? There's something going on here, and I'm not willing to give up until I find some answers. Now, in my case, it has been a really amazing journey, and what I can tell you is that it's been many different things that have contributed to my health. Dealing with the emotional stuff, dealing with the things that are coming from the past, dealing with the boundaries and the limit setting and the recognizing when I'm depleting myself and I'm giving too much, as well as looking at my diet and making the necessary changes to take care of my body, and looking at my sleep cycle, looking at my work cycle, looking at when I'm overexerting myself, as well as working with energy healing, acupuncture, doing parasite cleansing, working with essential oils because they have been amazing, as well as flower essences, which also have been incredibly helpful, and of course, tons and tons and tons of tapping. And on top of that, looking at where old, chronic, low-lying, low-grade infections that have been sitting in my system since I was a kid were dragging me down. Now, I'll share an experience that I had because it really was life-changing for me. So, back in 2013, I contracted a Lyme-induced pneumonia. I had Borrelia, and it showed up as pneumonia in my body, and which mycoplasma often goes with in ticks with Borrelia. So I was dealing with that, but I didn't know at the time that it was Lyme disease because I thought it was just pneumonia. So it wasn't until like March of 2014 that I found that out. And when I did learn that I had this, I started to really aggressively go after recovery for this because I've watched it I've watched it decimate other people and really has affected other people that I know and care for deeply. So I was like, no way am I going to let this happen to me. So what I started doing was a number of different things, some of the ones that I've listed before, but I also found this technology called rifing, which is using radio frequencies and audio frequencies to basically broadcast those frequencies into the body, which then can change and support our organs, can act almost like as a tonic for our organs, as well as can kill pathogens. So I started using the Rife machine, and at one point I decided to explore and rife for some of the infections and things I knew I had as a kid. Now, I had had pneumonia at the age of 17, and I knew I had had pneumonia again back in that fall. So I decided to do that channel. And the thing that was absolutely remarkable was that within 24 hours of addressing that specific bacteria, I felt like a completely different person. Like, I felt better. I had energy. I was bouncing up out of bed. I could do things that I hadn't been able to do for the longest time. And I realized that while certainly there were emotional issues, certainly there was dietary stuff, certainly there were all kinds of different factors, that the bottom line was that this low-grade infection had been sitting, or bacteria had been sitting in my system and just sort of acting like an anchor and dragging me down for a really long time. So I share this message with you because I really want to say, if you're exhausted, don't give up. Keep on digging, keep on looking, do your detective work. Start questioning things like, what kinds of stuff did I have as a kid? Did I ever struggle with chronic infections or chronic illness when I was little? Is it possible that there's something that is still in my system that's impacting me today that first showed up when I was really young? And in terms of my questions to you right now, they are: 1, are you struggling with chronic exhaustion? 2, or is it intermittent and emotionally induced? 2, when did it all start? When you think about this, where did it all begin? And what kind of detective work can you do to kind of dig down and get to the root of what's really going on? And 3, are you willing to not take no for an answer? Are you willing to be your own champion? Are you willing to basically say, I refuse to accept this. This is not normal for me, and I deserve better. So I would love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I'm wishing you peace. I am wishing you ease. And I am wishing you that championship within yourself to say, no, I'm going to stick up for myself and I'm going to find something better. I'm going to find a better way. So in the meantime, I do want to offer you something to hopefully help you through this exhausting holiday season, and hopefully to give you some support, more on the emotional side, but also there's some physical, practical solutions for getting through the holiday. And that is over at my website, Holiday Help for Empaths. I've created a very special gift just for you, which is my holiday help guide, as well as some videos to give you some additional support. So all you have to do is go over to holidayhelpforempaths.com, give me your name, and you'll have instant access to the holiday help guide. And you can check it out. Honestly, I'm really proud of it. I think it's really, really kind of awesome. And it's there to give you some support. So go check out Holiday Help for Empaths, and until tomorrow, I'm wishing you peace.